Welcome everyone. Today I am going to continue the topic of categorical argument, in which there is a separate topic of classical square of opposition. So here there are some contradictions in the argument which I am going to explain. So let's begin the topic. So now, as I have already explained in the previous argument, what is categorical arguments, prepositions. Now here I have also explained you what is A, what is E, what is I and what is O in the previous video. There is one more thing, the opposite conditions, and those opposite conditions are known as contradictions. So here, if you read to know about universal affirmative, universal negative, particular affirmative or particular negative, you can go and see the video on categorical argument and each and everything will be clear. Now the next part is, so this is the figure. So this is the figure of, you can say, classical square of opposition. So here you can see on the left hand top side it is A, on the left right hand top side it is E, on the left hand downward it is I, and the right side downward it is O. Now if you will see, this is universal affirmative and this is universal negative. So if one sentence is universal affirmative, another sentence or same sentence cannot exist into universal negative. They are contraries, opposite to each other. So they are opposite to each other means all apples are red, no apples are red. So they are contraries to each other, they are opposite to each other. Now here, this particular universal affirmative and this particular affirmative, that is I, A and I. So the relationship given is subaltern. Subaltern means it is subordinate or under. So universal means all are and particular means some are. So of course this particular affirmative is under or subordinate of universal affirmative. Same thing happens here with universal negative. So universal negative subaltern is who? Particular negative. Now here some apples are red, some apples are not red. So this is subcontrary, means it is partially opposite. Not all the apples, only few apples. Now this all the conditions. So here it is universal affirmative and downward here it is universal particular negative. So it will be a contradiction. One is saying all apples are red, then I cannot say few apples are not red. Or here, if I am saying all apples are not red, then I cannot say few apples are red. So this is called contradiction. So these are the four relationships which occur. So I will explain you in the next slide more better. So what we say, how we explain it. So the four relations are A, every x is y, E, no x is y, I, some x is y, O, some x is not y. So here I will give you example. All apples are red, no apples are red, few apples are red, few apples are not red. Now I will go to the next slide. So here in this slide I am going to explain you all the types of relationship on the basis of the figure previously shown. Now what are the contradictories? Contradictories means they create confusion. Now if I am saying every x is y, then how can I say some x are not y? So it creates a contradiction. Now if I am saying no x is y, then I cannot say few x is y or few x are y. So this again a contradiction. Now if I am saying every x is y and no x is y, they are contraries. Contraries means they are opposite to each other. So it is the same thing. If we will go down below, we will say some x is y and some x is not y. So they are sub-contraries, means partially opposite to each other. Now the next type of relationship is some x is y is subaltern of all x is y, means it is under, it is coming under, it is subordinate. And the other one subaltern is some x is not y is a subaltern of no x is y. So what does it mean? There are three types of relationship. First one is contradictories, second one is contraries, and the third one is subaltern. Subaltern is when is coming under, so it is the same type. Suppose universal affirmative, the subaltern of the universal affirmative will be particular affirmative, and the subaltern of particular negative, or you can say the subaltern particular negative is subaltern of universal negative. Now the square of opposition is changed. So the modern figure of square of opposition is somewhat like this. Now what do? They are having only two relationships. First one is contraries. Contraries means opposite relationship. They have removed the subcontraries, and they are not having the subaltern. So there are only two relationships here. First is contradiction. Contradiction means if it is universal affirmative, we cannot have particular negative. If it is universal negative, we cannot have particular affirmative. And contraries means it is just opposite to. Just opposite means if it is universal affirmative, just opposite to will be universal negative. Like all apples are red, no apples are red. And if I am having, so contradiction will be somewhat like this. If all apples are red, we cannot say few apples are not red. No apples are red, we cannot say some apples are red. So this is contradiction. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I will meet you in the next video, which is on biasness or illusion or paradoxes regarding argument. So we will go with that topic, which is again a part of NET syllabus. Thank you everyone.